The mobile battle rages on, and there are only two heavyweight platform contenders, Google's Android and Apple's iOS. Both are getting better and more similar with every iteration, so we thought we'd take a look at how they compare. Android L is a big change in terms of user interface, with Google looking to unleash its material design look across all its platforms. It includes bold colours and a new typography, with loads more animations for touch feedback and transitions between apps. There's also a more 3D feel thanks to shadows, and a nesting scrolling effect that slots things away when you don't need them. Apple didn't need another major facelift after iOS 7, so it keeps the same clean and uncluttered look. Android L seems to take hints from iOS 6 and iOS 8, following the trend for flatter designs. The iOS 8 SDK contains more than 4,000 new APIs for developers, whereas Android L has over 5,000. Of course, everything depends on what those APIs actually have to offer, but Android L also brings 64-bit support, much like we saw roll out in iOS 7. Google has dumped Dalvik and made Android Runtime, or ART, the new engine, which should offer a speed boost by improving general performance and elements such as battery life. Apple's new Swift programming language for iOS 8 and OS X is meant to safeguard against errors and offer improved performance for developers. The rival platforms are creeping ever closer in terms of notifications. Apple has added interactive notifications to the lock screen with iOS 8 and made them less intrusive with in-app pop-ups at the top of the screen. Google's done much the same in Android L, with notifications on the lock screen that can carry you straight into the apps, and pop-ups at the top of the screen when you're doing something. Google's also added a new authentication system that can determine when you're holding your device, using location awareness and attach Bluetooth devices, and automatically unlock it for you. The Android Wear platform is currently rolling out for developers, and the new LG G Watch and Samsung Gear Live are available to order now. Apps on your Android device will automatically download and update themselves on any Android device you link to it. They can also sync between devices, so you can, for example, follow a recipe on your watch and phone at the same time, and simply tap the screen to start a timer if the recipe calls for it. It looks like Google's rolling out dedicated Android Wear apps too, which appeared on the Play Store before quickly being pulled, which shows that the Big G thinks wearables are the future. Apple's yet to announce the iWatch, but the updated Health app and Health Kit API for iOS 8 are designed to make it easier to record fitness and health data for wearables, including, no doubt, Apple's fabled timepiece. Android L offers greater control over battery life and settings that let you decide how much power apps can guzzle. Project Volta helps you find out where your battery is draining, and a new battery saver mode can make tweaks to extend your phone's uptime. Apple is lagging behind a little bit, but iOS 8 will finally bring a battery usage screen that shows which apps are leaching the most power. Google's Open Automotive Alliance is growing fast, with 14 new partners since we last heard about it. Android Auto will allow you to plug in your device and get a simplified interface with voice controls. You can browse navigation and entertainment content, as well as take calls and messages. It looks very similar to Apple's CarPlay in form and function, so it'll be interesting to see which platform the manufacturers favour. Android L will allow people to unlock their Chrome OS laptop automatically when their Android device is close. There's also notification sharing, so your Chromebook can mirror your Android device and warn you when your phone battery is low. There's even some app crossover, with some big names like Evernote, Flipboard and Vine to appear on Chrome OS. Apple's done something similar with iOS 8 and the upcoming OS X Yosemite with its handoff feature, which allows you to pick up activities in apps on your laptop and take them over to your iPhone. You can also handle calls and messages from your iPhone on your Mac. Developers can get their hands on Android L and iOS 8 right now, but will have to wait a bit longer for a proper release. Our best guess is that iOS 8 will land on the iPhone 6 in September before appearing on older devices. Android L is likely to be a month or two later, probably on a new Nexus device in time for the Christmas period. For more on Android L and iOS 8, keep it locked to Tech Radar.